This is my first trip to a Circle B Bar Reserve in quite a while, and as you can see from the landscapes here, it's a beautiful place to go. These are beautiful cypress trees. These are along Marsh Rabbit Run. They're dead trees that I've gotten pictures of. I just can't hardly resist taking a picture of them. This is Marsh Rabbit Run, the trail itself, and as you can see, it's a berm road. This is another dead tree that I've gotten pictures of many times before. I just can't seem to resist this tree. It was kind of an overcast day. This is a limpkin, beautiful bird. Of course, I think most birds are beautiful. I really love birds, obviously, or I wouldn't take pictures of them. And I enjoy doing the video because the video kind of gets you able to see what they do and how they feed and sit around and react to you. Tricolored heron, looking for some breakfast. And he got a little minnow. And then he comes back this direction and promptly turns and walks away from me. So, yeah. This is actually a little horny spider. I don't know what kind of spider this is. I'm gonna try and look it up, and if I can find out what it is, I'll put a title in here that'll tell you what it is. This is an Anhinga. I'm gonna move this to the end of the video if you want to see him beat this fish up a little bit more. I have another Anhinga that's eating a smaller catfish. What's impressive with this one is how big that catfish is, and I'll tell you more about what they're doing here to try and kill this fish and also to eat it before they eat it. But I'll move this to the end of the video. It'll dip to black at the end, and then I'll bring this video back up if you want to see it. This is a beautiful little blue heron. I saw quite a few of them out there. I think I have another video of another one here. And a majestic great blue heron. These are beautiful birds. They're a very large bird too if you haven't seen one. Saw a few spiders. Saw a couple of these spiders. I'm not sure what this is. If I haven't looked them up yet. I have a spider app on my phone. I need to look up and see what these are. You usually see a lot of garden spiders out there, which are about the size of your hand. They're huge and they're beautiful spiders, but they're a very, very big spider. And here's the other Anhinga eating a much smaller catfish. And I'm not a bird expert by any means, but in my opinion, if you want my opinion on what he's trying to do, I can give you my opinion, and I think it's accurate. What he's doing is a catfish like that has spines on both sides of his face, around his gills, and then he also has a spine as part of his dorsal fin on top. So they have three very sharp spines that are, if he didn't break them off, could actually puncture his esophagus and all in his throat when he actually eats this thing, which he eventually does. But this goes on for a long time. I actually speeded it up some to make it a little bit faster, although it's still fairly long. And if you don't like watching this bird, you can kind of speed up the video and get to the next section where he's gone. But they're quite acrobatic with with their food. They throw these fish up in the air and catch them, and yeah, at times you think he's actually playing with it, and I think he really is, but it's kind of funny to watch. But they're very good. I mean, their eyesight is and their coordination is great. They can flip these fish in the air and catch them in their beak, their bill, no problem at all. They do drop them occasionally, but they usually can recover them. This fish has pretty much been dead for a while. Sometimes they'll drop them back in and the fish will try and get away, but most of the time they are injured, so they don't have any problem getting them back. In fact, he drops this one here in a little bit and then goes off a log and grabs him and comes back. Right there, actually. And he's got him back again. And this goes on for a long time. I'll kind of shorten this up a little bit and get down to the part where he actually does finally eat this thing. After he gets through being acrobatic with it again and throwing it around, washing it off, trying to break the spines off on the log. It's funny when they shake their whole head and their throat to try and get the fish to go down. And there we go. He'll shake it a few more times till it gets all the way down in his throat. And there we go. Finally done. And then we have pigs. This is actually at the visitor center, out in the parking lot, or right beside. Actually, what you see in the foreground is the asphalt of the parking lot. And the mama pig was close by, but there was a car blocking my view, so I just... And the baby's also cuter, so I just shot pictures of the baby. He's not that big. He's not that small a baby, however. He's probably about half grown. Maybe not quite that much, but he's fairly small. The mama, however, was not small. Mama was a black pig. And I wish I had gotten some pictures of her, but it was car blocking, and of course people were being people. And trying to get closer with their cell phone, and of course that doesn't work well. It just scares the pig off. Then we have this big boy kind of laying beside the canal. Another limpkin. Kind of doing a little bit of preening, a little bit of fishing, and looking for snails. They look for the apple snails out there. There's a lot of apple snails, which is not a native snail, by the way, but it's a huge snail. It's size of, some of them are half the size of a baseball. They're big. And we got a tricolored heron here, and my favorite, or at least one of my favorite water birds, is the glossy ibis. During the breeding season, when they really got the color and they turn into the sun, it's just beautiful. And in the center between them is a pied-billed grebe that just came up. Another Anhinga. And during the breeding season, these birds have a blue eye, and they are quite spectacular. They actually, with all this white on their back, they actually are a pretty bird. Kind of long and lanky, but they're pretty. Of course, we have a great egret here with whistling ducks out in front, kind of hanging out. Butterfly I managed to get a picture of. Saw a few others, but couldn't get a decent picture. These are hyacinths, which is part of the orchid family, and they're absolutely gorgeous. But they're not a native plant, and they actually will clog a waterway very quickly. And then you got this little guy, and he's sitting there thinking, lunch just arrived. With a gallinule who came up to visit. Another limpkin. And then we have another alligator in a different location. This is a different alligator. Palm warbler. Used to flash to get this with the 7D Mark II. And this is a pretty picture of the little blue heron. They're a beautiful bird.